Hi Aquarius, welcome to your June 2018 reading. What I did is a 10 card Celtic Cross, and then also I pulled one Oracle card for you that will read at the end to kind of tie everything together. So let's start with the main card here. In our present position, we have the Two of Swords. So this could mean that you're currently thinking over a decision. Could be an intellectual decision, of course, given that it's the Swords. This is a card of Libra. So it's also possible that you're dealing with a Libra, but I definitely feel that this is probably a decision that you're thinking over currently. In the challenge position, we have the Chariot. This is the major arcana card for Cancer. Given that it's in the challenge position and it's a major arcana card, I think that you're being pressured to make a decision, not necessarily in a bad way, but you're kind of in this stuck energy, whereas there are forces outside of you that are kind of pushing you towards making the decision one way or the other. And I also can't look past the fact that, well, with the Chariot, these two symbols here, I view them as the North and South node, because Cancer is ruled by the Moon, and then the Moon is actually tied in with the North and South node. For example, depending on where the North and South node are currently transiting in the sky, that'll give you a clue as to where your eclipses will be for a given year. And right now, the South node is transiting your sign of Aquarius, so it's going to be leaving Aquarius soon. So that would kind of tie in to say that this is something karmic that's you're being asked to move on. In the foundation position, we have the Three of Swords. This is technically another Libra card. It's well known for being the card of heartbreak. I don't see a whole lot of cup energy here, so it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic in nature, but it could just be something that you were disappointed about. And possibly also saying that indecision can lead to heartbreak, maybe for other parties involved, if someone's waiting on you to make a decision. In the past, we have Temperance. So this is another major arcana card. This is the major arcana card for Sagittarius. So perhaps this whole issue that we see here is going back to something from the time of Sagittarius. So the very end of November, early part of December last year. This could also just be pointing out the fact that we just had a full moon in Sagittarius a few days ago, so it could just be something as recent as then, but it is in the past position. And this also is another card that kind of talks about balance, so you combine that with the Two of Wands. It definitely seems Two of Swords, wherever. Seems like you're weighing some kind of decision over. In the present position, we have the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Rods or Wands. So what I see here, this could be a Pisces that you're dealing with. This is typically my card of Pisces. It could just be someone making an emotional offer to you as well. And then with the Nine of Wands alongside that, could be saying that you're on guard regarding this offer, whether it be emotional in nature or not. It could just be something that you feel could bring you emotional fulfillment, but you're kind of on the fence about it for whatever reason. Next, in the near future position, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a Taurus card, and you could see it looks like a guy working in the field. There's 6 pentacles that have grown already. There's another one starting to. The way I think of this card, actually, another angle to look at it from is it could be you're comparing. So in other words, maybe this is someone else's achievements. They've achieved 6 pentacles, and you're saying to yourself, well, why do they have 6 pentacles and I'm only here with 1? It could also be reflecting on how much work it took you to get those 6 pentacles, and now you only have 1 more to show for it, and you're starting to question if it's worth the work that you're putting in. Another way to look at this card is this is preparing for Gemini energy. This is the last card of Taurus. The next card would be Gemini energy if we follow the zodiac wheel. So that would kind of lean towards saying that you're also thinking things over in that regard. In the present position, another card that seems to lean towards you thinking things over, we have the Hanged Man. So it seems like there's a lot of stuck energy for you right now. You are mulling things over. It's not necessarily a bad thing. This is typically a card of Pisces. So that's your second house. So this could definitely be tied to finances between this, the Seven of Pentacles in the near future. But, I mean, it could be anything. But it definitely seems like you're trying to look things over, maybe look at them with a different perspective. Then in the position of the environment's influence on the situation, we see the Six of Swords. This is actually an Aquarius card, so it's very possible that, again, environmental circumstances are kind of forcing you to move forward from something. I say that because we have the Chariot card challenging your Two of Swords position. Looks like you're not ready to move. But here looks like you're not necessarily happy with where you are either. And I mean, we can't look past the fact that if you look at these two people, even though it's completely different elements, it looks like they're wearing the exact same outfit. Well, pretty close, different color pants, but the similarities in the outfit can't be overlooked, in my opinion. So I see a connection there. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Eight of Cups and the Judgment card. So looking at these two, I feel like what's going on here is either you're hoping to move on but can't find in yourself to do so. You want something more emotionally fulfilling, but you're not necessarily at the point where you can move forward just yet. Maybe you're fearing making that move. But Judgment here is kind of saying to me that one way or another it's going to happen. So it's really up to you. If you want to stay in Hangman position, you can. Again, like I said, the South Node is actually transiting your sign, so you're being asked to let some things go. Whether you want to make the move or not, this tells me that most likely will be made for you, or it could even be because you're having difficulty making the move, you're actually hoping for something to come along and make the decision for you. And the outcome position, a card that people tend to dread seeing, we have the Tower. Tying this all in with everything going on here, I would say it's really, this is going to be a result of you being stagnant right now and not really wanting to move, but karmically you're meant to move. So if you don't make that move, the universe will kind of make it for you. I mean, we see that with the Tower, we see the Judgment card. Chariot is challenging you, being in the Two of Swords position. So there definitely seems to be some pressure on you to make a move right now. I don't necessarily see for sure if it's love or if it's career. Certainly could be career, but we did see the Knight of Cups there. It could certainly be a love offer. We have the Three of Swords in the foundation, so it could be even someone asking you to forgive them and you're on guard because of this. There's definitely different angles that it could be coming from, but especially with the Page of Cups is the underlying energy as well, which could be communications of an emotional nature. Just seeing the Tower though, and people tend to dread the Tower, but one thing I'll say too is after the Tower is actually the Star in the Major Arcana, and the Star is the Aquarius card. So what happens here with the Tower could just be bringing you back to yourself, if nothing else. So maybe you've been off the path you should be on, and this will be a course correction. If you look at the Tower, there's the lightning bolt there, and it seems to have destroyed that Tower. If you think about that, why would a single lightning bolt take out a tower if it was built on a sturdy foundation to begin with, right? So again, this could just be a course correction coming your way. It's never necessarily comfortable, especially if you're in this energy of feeling kind of stagnant, not wanting to move forward. but we'll see. Maybe this oracle card will help tie it all together for you. And the oracle card we have for you is a leg up. So what I do with this deck is I actually read the messages directly from the book, because I think the messages are awesome, and they also come at the situation from multiple angles. So let me grab the book and we'll read over it together. All right. A leg up. Essential meanings: receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. The Oracle's message: you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with, who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. All right, next we'll read the relationship message, if this is related to romance for you. And it says, relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. And lastly, a prosperity message. So this would be more if you feel that this resonates with you financially. It says, now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go, to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps toward your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time, so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. So, if we look at it there, after reading that, that could be what's going on here. Maybe you have someone trying to help you. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. They could just be offering to help you with whatever you're working on, and you're on guard, maybe not trusting it, right? With the Chariot, this is also viewed as a victory card at times. So, and again, like I said, it's tied to the nodes. So when you have the nodes in your sign, you have the south node in your sign, north node is opposite that. This could be a very karmic time when you meet people that are very important on your path. If there's anyone that fits that description for you that you could think of, don't necessarily overlook the help that they're offering you if they are offering help. And let's see if there's anything else. That's pretty much it. So we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month, all right?